She was always extremely warm and open-hearted and friendly. Easy to talk to, easy to get to know, and these things evidently worked against her in the end. It possibly opened the door to a bad person getting close to her.
In September of 1991, a young woman was found brutally beaten, strangled, and burned on Staten Island's East Shore. She had been handcuffed, partially clothed, and had numerous blunt trauma forces to her head. She was found with a distinctive scorpion tattoo, and this case was followed with great sorrow and public intrigue across the borough and beyond, and she became known as the girl with the scorpion tattoo. Nearly 30 years later, in a joint effort with the FBI, we employed the use of forensic genealogy. Thanks to this incredible tool, we were able to identify the victim as Miss Christine Belusko of Morris County, New Jersey.
It's been now a year and a half since that press conference. Still, there's no arrest of her killer, but very little about Christine Belusko is known. And that's what we wanted to explore in this series.
We had to do a lot of good old bootstrap journalism, phone calling, researching, just to really kind of take these puzzle pieces and start piecing together her life. She had so many different characteristics. She was funny, she was artistic, she was wild, but then at the same time, she was very calm and centered around her daughter.
You know, it is gruesome and it's tragic and it's, from an investigative standpoint, interesting, but it's more a story about being lost and about being far from home.
Our series hopes to learn in the last year and a half what's been discovered, and most importantly, what still needs to be.
It was just shocking what we learned, just the fact that she was able to disappear off the face of the earth without anybody sounding the alarm.
You know, Christine was adopted at birth. The fact that she was adopted was kept a secret from her until she was like 30 years old. And then she takes off, says she's going to Florida, apparently for a new life. And then she's killed, and she's placed in an unmarked grave, and this is unbeknownst to her friends and family.
Many people in her life had no idea where she was. For those 30 years, from when she was found unidentified, deceased, up until the district attorney and investigators were able to make that identification.
I think a lot of people, although they're not guilty of any heinous crimes, they might feel guilty emotionally for just letting Christine walk out of their lives.
You know, a lot of the people of interest that we talk about in this series have never been discussed. Certain details about where she was last seen at this resort in the Poconos have never been discussed publicly.
After 32 years of her being known as the woman with the scorpion tattoo, really, we just wanted to find out who was Christine Belusko.
She wasn't a bad person, she wasn't a perfect person, but her life had meaning and she deserves justice.